Hello everyone, this is Dave from Dave's Recent Things. I took a little bit of a vacation after Christmas and everything, so this is my first video for 2024. I'm so excited, and it's a first for Dave's Recent Things. Today, we are celebrating Mardi Gras. Now, we don't celebrate this up here in Canada, but I know my American followers and viewers do celebrate it in the States. Why don't I just get started and I'll show you what I created for Mardi Gras. I'm going to be using the 14-inch wire wreath frame from the Dollar Tree, along with their 6-inch Deco mesh in 3 different colors. And I found these really cool masks. I bought a whole bunch of them. I'll figure out which ones I want to use later, but they were so fun. And this Mardi Gras sign comes from the Party City. It was wood. I loved finding this. And I'm going to be using some gold ornaments. This is left over from Christmas. Now, you can use ribbon if you want. I'm not using it today, but that's just an option for you. And I'm going to be using my regular crafting utensils today to create this project. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap my 14-inch wire wreath frame with Deco mesh. I'm using purple. You can use any color you want. I'm just gluing it down using my handy dandy little tool to get all that glue in there. Once that's dry, then I'm just gonna wrap that Deco mesh all the way around. And I'm not really being too careful. I'm not gonna see this layer. And once I'm done, I'm just gonna do my final wrap around, add some glue down onto the back, bring that Deco mesh over, pull it nice and tight, and then bring back that tool and press that Deco mesh into the glue. Cutting off the excess, and now I'm going to add a second layer of the same purple Deco mesh. Now I'm going to use 2 full rolls to wrap around the 14-inch wire wreath frame. If you're using a larger wreath frame like an 18-inch one, you'll probably need maybe 3 or 4. The reason why I'm wrapping it around twice is because the first layer actually didn't cover all of the wire. I wanted it to be a little bit more covered than that. You can kind of still see the wire. You can kind of see there on the right-hand side through that first layer, so I figured a second layer would hide that wire nicely. And of course, this is a great way if you're a first-time wreath maker working with Deco mesh. You can just use this method and you can still create a beautiful wreath using Deco mesh. And of course, here we are gluing that last little bit down, bringing that handy dandy tool back in, pushing that Deco mesh, and then cutting that excess off. And now our base wreath is all ready. Look at this beautiful purple color. I love it. I am going to be cutting my Deco mesh at 8-inch increments. Here I have a royal blue color, so I'm using 3 different colors of Deco mesh, and I'm cutting all 3 at 8-inch mark. So this is the royal blue. I also have a green here as well that I'm cutting at 8 inches, and a purple, the same one we used in the first of the video wrapping that wire. So again, for the wreath, I am using 3 different colors of the Deco mesh. Purple, I'm using 3 rolls. Green, actually, I'm only using 1 roll. Royal blue, I'm using 1 roll. And we're going to create 6 bundles of 4 pieces of Deco mesh each. And each one of my Deco mesh colors, I'm cutting 8 pieces at 8-inch lengths. And to create our little bundle, we're just going to grab our royal blue, and I'm just going to roll it up and create a little tube shape. And then I'm just going to place that right in between my piece fingers to hold that in place while I can curl up my next piece of Deco mesh. I'm going to do the exact same thing, roll it up into a tube, and place it in between my piece fingers. Since I only have 3 colors and I'm going to be using 4 pieces of Deco mesh per bundle, I'm going to double up that royal blue, and I'm just going to create another tube, and this is our first bundle. I'm going to attach a pipe cleaner right at the center, twisting it just to make sure it's nice and secured, and there our first bundle is created. One more time, I'm just going to take our piece of Deco mesh, doesn't matter which color you choose first, create a little tube, and I'm going to do that for another color. This here is the green one that I'm creating my tube, and then our last color, that royal blue, creating that tube once again and placing in between my fingers. And since I'm putting 4 pieces of deco mesh, I'm going to double up on this bundle with the green. And in total, I am making 6 bundles of these little deco mesh bundles, adding that pipe cleaner on there, twisting it to make sure it's nice and secured, and we have our next bundle all ready to go. And I'm just going to continue making those bundles. Again, I'm making 6 in total. I'm only going to add this as a little bit of an embellishment, not to fill the whole wreath. So that's the reason why I'm only doing 6 bundles. And here we go. I have everything laid out in front of me. I have my sign, my bundles, my mask, and these beads I got from the Dollar Tree as well. They are just beaded necklaces from the Mardi Gras theme, and I just cut those little plastic ends off to create little strands of beads, and here are those gold ornaments. Now it's time to create, and this is my favorite process. I love starting out and just kind of having an idea of what I want to create, but it really hasn't evolved yet. I just kind of have an idea. So I love this process when I'm putting everything together. I'm just going to glue that Mardi Gras sign down there, make sure it's nice and secure with a whole bunch of hot glue. And now I'm going to add those bundles. So I'm just going to open up those pipe cleaners and put them around the back, and then I'm just going to twist them about 3 or 4 times and cut off the excess. I'm going to do 3 of the bundles above the sign, and then I'm going to do 3 of the bundles below the sign using the same process, opening up that pipe cleaner, wrapping it around both ends, and then twisting it together around the back, using my scissors to cut off the excess. Now this next step is completely optional if you want. I'm just fluffing it up right here. I love to fluff. And then of course I add a little hot glue right at the ends, and that's going to secure my pipe cleaners together. And now I'm working on the other side. I'm going to attach those 3 bundles again, cutting off the excess. And then once I've got those all attached, I'm happy with how they look. I'm also going to add some hot glue just to keep that all nice and secure. And look how it's looking so far with that little bundle of deco mesh. And of course our deco mesh wrapped wreath as well. Once it's all dry, I decided I'm going to add some of that beaded necklace in gold right around the edge. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a string of hot glue right at the very edge. I'm going to lay my wreath back down again, and then I'm going to push that gold beaded necklace right into the glue all the way around on the outside. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the inside. I'm just going to lay down a line of hot glue, and before it dries, I'm going to work a little quickly, but a little cautiously too, making sure it's nice and secured. And then I'm just going to finish up adding those beads on the inside. And I'm just going to cut off the excess. These beaded necklaces were really easy to cut. I just take a pair of scissors, cut in between the beads, and there you go. We have our beaded embellishment right on the outside. And this wreath is starting to come together, and I'm loving it, and I'm having the time of my life. Here I'm adding the masks. This one is going right at the top. I decided to use the green, gold, and white one, and as well this full gold one, just adding a whole bunch of hot glue on there and pressing it down and holding it. Then just to cover up those holes in the sign, I'm going to take a couple of the golden ornaments, place those down, and then I'm going to grab some more and just kind of periodically put them right into those deco mesh bundles, creating some gold and bringing that gold right into that area that we have all on the outside with those beaded necklaces. And I'm just gluing them down, having fun with it. That's the best thing about this. Have fun making your wreaths. And when I got to this point, I was kind of like, you know, we could do a little bit more. And with the bow, I didn't really feel it suited it because I felt it just kind of didn't go. So I decided to just kind of not use the bow. But I then decided I was going to do like little scrolls with my beaded necklaces. So all I did was I laid down a little bit of a pattern with my hot glue, and then I put the beads right in that hot glue. And you can kind of see a scroll effect going on here. And when I come to the end, like I said earlier, these are really to cut. I just chop off the excess And then look how beautiful this turned out. I just loved doing this. I wanted to do more when I was done, but I decided to stop because enough is enough. I don't want to overdo it. And I'm just laying that line of hot glue down, adding my beads to it, and then chopping off the excess if there's any excess left over. And I'm just doing my finishing touches right here, my final snip, and here we go with our beautiful, grand Mardi Gras colorful wreath. Look at these masks. Look at that sign. I'm in love with these masks from the Dollar Tree. I can't believe how inexpensive they are and yet how well they look with this wreath. And I love that purple wrapped deco mesh right around the base with the gold. It just screams Mardi Gras. It screams fun and it screams festive. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm curious, do you celebrate Mardi Gras, and how do you celebrate Mardi Gras? I would love to hear in the comments right down below. Thank you so much for watching and joining me today in celebrating Mardi Gras. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.